Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. This is the third battle I had against my cousin and PokeRival Andy, aka Ninamorifanboi. I'll link him below. Sorry I haven't been able to get many videos online lately. The good thing is I have been getting a lot of battles, and I have them all recorded. I just need to narrate them, so I'm getting a new laptop tomorrow, and that should help me get them a little more frequently. Now looking at our teams for this battle, I'm bringing my Mega Heracross, my Galvantula, Dragonite, Aegislash, Starmie, and Terrakion. And Andy is bringing Skarmory, Azumarill, Raikou, Snorlax, Venusaur, who's probably Mega, and Golem. So, some pretty cool people for both of us. So without further ado, let's get going. Alright, so I decide, looking at this team, I'm predicting he'll lead with Golem. I decide to lead with Heracross instead of Galvantula. I know that Heracross is going to be able to completely destroy Golem. Speed's not a big issue yet, so I don't need the sticky web stuff, which is the plan to make a sweep with Heracross more viable. I don't try to get too crazy predicting that he'll switch. I assume he will, but I just decide to go for the Bullet Seed, and he switches in the Venusaur, and it takes it extremely well. Yeah, there's a lot of Heracross attacking this battle, and it takes very long, so sorry about that already. So now, thinking here into the next turn, I decide to use Pin Missile, because I know that he won't like that. He does Mega Evolve, as I expect. And he is slower, which I think is obvious, but good to know. Yeah, he's not taking the Pin Missile well at all. It's definitely going to two-shot him, no matter what he does. And the last one's actually a crit, which takes him down to red. And he used Leech Seed, which is just annoying, but, you know, not that big a deal. I decide, you know, if I can kill this Venusaur, I would want to, but I'm like, he's not going to stay in. There's no way he'll stay in. He's going to switch out. I switch to Aegislash, knowing if he does stay in, it's going to be a poison type attack. I didn't really think, though, that, if I looked at his team, the obvious switch in to take what he predicts will be my Pin Missile is Skarmory. So I send out Aegislash, which can't really do much to Skarmory without setting up. So I do a Swords Dance, he roars me out. Starmie's next. Now I know here, he's not going to stay in with Skarmory against my Starmie. He's going to send his Snorlax. So I go back out to Aegislash, knowing that even if he did for some reason stay in, he can't do anything to me. And he does send in the Snorlax. Now I know Snorlax can know Earthquake, it can know Crunch, I'm like, ugh. I'm hoping he goes for a Cruntress, which has a Terrakion, who can one-shot Snorlax, of course, and Aegislash cannot. So he sends out Skarmory again, and I'm like, ugh, don't want to be in there with Terrakion. I switch out to Aegislash, and take the flying attack extremely well, does 15 damage, and then I get leftovers, which is 10, so set up a Sword Dance again. He's probably going to roar me out, which is fine. I'll, likely be in a good matchup. Most of my team doesn't mind Skarmory this time around. But I really can't miss the Sword Dance if he did switch instead of roar. So Starmie comes back out again from roar. And I decide this time, hey, maybe he'll do something different. But, I can hope for some hacks with Thunderbolt too, getting a paralysis. I Thunderbolt the Raikou. Doesn't do much, about a fifth. I lose some from Life Orb. And then from here I'm like, I can outspeed this Raikou. I'm max speed, and Hydro Pump will KO it. So I decide to do that. I think it was a shiny Raikou, and I know that he doesn't hack his Pokemon, so I don't think that the one they gave away was a speed up nature, so I knew I'd outspeed. Anyways, he switches in Snorlax now. I decided to switch out for Aegislash. And he actually double switched for Azumarill. So Aegislash is back up to full now. I decided to Sword Dance. I don't know exactly what he can do too much to me. I don't expect him to go for something like Waterfall that makes contact, because I could obviously use the Shield Dance. But yeah, or King Shield. So I use King Shield this turn, and I'm like, ugh, I could be in a ton of trouble here. But he goes for Waterfall, attack's harshly lowered. I get Leftovers recovery. So now I'm up above half. I can do, I can take another, a -2 Waterfall, no problem. So I decided to set up another Sword Dance, expecting him to switch into Skarmory, which he does. So now I'm at +4. At +4, I can do a lot with Sacred Sword. So I decided I have to do that, because I really want to get some good damage on this Skarmory, so it can stop being bothersome with coming in and roaring. So I do over 2/3, get hurt by Rocky Helmet, he roars me out, and Dragonite is me. So no funny business here, I'm not trying to set it up, he's gonna roar again. I'll just Fire Punch and KO at this range. And I can do that, he's KO'd, I'm hurt by Rocky Helmet, which is not fun because this, I don't believe this Dragonite has Roost. I think I'm Dragon Dance. Yeah, I don't have Roost on this one. So, he sends in Mega Venusaur. I'm like, well, what can he do? Not really much to me. I'll try to set up a Dragon Dancer because I can't do too much to him. He Leech Seeds. Ugh, whatever. So I'm +1 speed, +1 attack. I decide here to go for an Extreme Speed. Before the recovery from Leftovers and from Leech Seed, I probably could have KO'd it with Extreme Speed at +1, but alas, he did get those recoveries. He does a Synthesis. I'm like, well, now this is not a good position for me. He gets more Leftover and, or not Leftover, Leech Seed recovery. So I decided to switch out, send out Galvantula, figure if he goes for a poison move, takes me to Sash. He actually goes for another Synthesis, hoping I stay in and to just thaw me out. Now here I decide he's probably going to go for a poison move. I can't really do much to him. I decide to Volt Switch for just minimal damage, but to send out Aegislash. He does go for Venoshock instead of Sludge Bomb for some strange reason. So I take no damage being sealed. Now I switch out, into my Starmie, which is pretty risky. I didn't think he would go for a Giga Drain. I thought he would probably go for the Leech Seed, and Starmie is fine with that. I really don't have much I can switch into this Venusaur and KO it, but I think, oh, Starmie, I'm gonna try to bluff the Psyshock or Psychic, and it works. He switches his Venusaur out and into Snorlax. I have my Aegislash out. I decide to King Shield to see if he's gonna try a Crunch or if he carries Earthquake or what. And he does carry Earthquake. I protect myself. I get a little more recovery. And now I decide to just go for the Sacred Sword. I'm going to do a good bit of damage. I don't think I can KO it. I do not KO it. He gets very close to KO though, and then he uses Earthquake. Obviously, Blade Form, Aegislash, not taking that at all. So Aegislash is gone. And now I can send in Dragonite. He withdraws. I don't think I was expecting that, but into his Azumarill, I Extreme Speed, and it takes it very, very well. I did not know that Azumarill was at all that bulky, but anyways, I switch out to Galvantula. I can take a Play Rough, you know, to Sash, whatever, so I just switch out to Galvantula. Now, 1 HP here. After my Sash, I'm thinking he's probably gonna go for Aqua Jet. I decide to switch out, Starmie wants to take Aqua Jet very well. But he doesn't. He actually switches for Snorlax, predicting this, I guess. So, the thing is, at such low health, he can't take a hit from Starmie. Thunderbolt, KO. Lose some from Life Orb. Now he sends in his Golem. Here's where I make a very bad decision. I know they carry Sucker Punch. That's like the main set. And I still went for my attack. So I didn't get to break his Sturdy yet. I go down. I send a Galvantula. I'm expecting a Sucker Punch again. So I'm like, well, now's my chance to get up the Sticky Web. But he actually didn't do it. He went for Earthquake. So he does KO me, but now I know that Mega Heracross is going to be able to outspeed his Azumarill, which is important. And so I send in my Mega Heracross on the switch. He withdraws his Big Goron for Venusaur, but again, I don't want to predict too much because he can't. Golem can take a Pin Missile and then KO back with Stone Edge. So, Bullet Seed hits 5 times, does maybe 5 damage. And now I decide I know I can take an attack from Venusaur, likely the Venoshock. So I go for Pin Missile. It'll do a ton of damage, not KOing it, but definitely the second time around will KO. And he uses the Venoshock. I don't think if he was using the better move, Sludge Bomb, yeah, that definitely, Sludge Bomb wouldn't kill either, but would definitely have done more. So, Pin Missile, 2 shots, the first one being a crit, and I KO it. And now he has his Tinkerbell, the Azumarill, caught in Sticky Web. I know I can take an Aqua Jet from here. He's going to use Aqua Jet though to get some more damage. Takes me down to 22. I Bullet Seed, that's going to KO Azumarill. Definitely. I think, what, 3 hits? Yeah. So now I think I am at range where I can be KO'd though from Sucker Punch. So I decide the safest thing to do, I'm just going to switch out. Predicting probably a Sucker Punch, but I switch out to Dragonite. He does Sucker Punch. It fails. Now I'm going to go for Extreme Speed. 1, if he goes for Sucker Punch again, I'm going to counter it because I outspeed. Higher priority. But 2 is that I break his Sturdy. I can sacrifice Dragonite. Obviously, it's not a big deal right now. Sturdy's gone. So I know I'm in good shape. I send in my Trachian. Close combat. And that'll be the game. So another fun battle. Andy's definitely improving. I won this one though, and look forward to the next one coming very soon.